Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today, it's week 3 of American Idol. We are here, and yeah, we got everyone here. How you doing, Eric, today?
I'm doing okay. Doing okay. It's been a bit of a rough week. I was actually with Grace when the roughest part happened on Saturday, which is disability rights icon Judy Human passed away. I was at the funeral yesterday, and it was good to be there. I mean, really, really sad circumstances, but it was good to be there.
And yeah, we also have Grace here. How you doing today, Grace?
I'm okay. I have a concert this week, so I'm also quite busy, but when am I not?
It's a busy panel we have here, but yeah, we are here for another week of Idol to talk. And general thoughts, Grace. What did you think of the show?
It was better than last week, but not. I wouldn't say not by much. And even better, no horses, so you are free from horse jokes here.
It's true. I got to find something else to riff on. But what about you, Eric? What did you think?
Not as good as week 1, but better, but miles better than week 2. So
I'm kind of different than you guys. It was kind of lukewarm for me.
God, Adam, you're just hating on this entire season. I mean, and granted, there were parts of this episode I hated, and we'll get to them. But
I don't know. It could just be because I'm an old grump at this point. Like I don't know. I just keep
3 of us.
Well, I just think like I don't know. It doesn't have that same because I can't. There's no real point in getting invested because the show speed runs through it so quickly at the end. You know, when it was the older seasons when you would have like months with these contestants, it was more easy to get involved, like feel invested. But here, I'm like, yeah, they'll be gone in a week. I mean, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with The Voice. I'm not even, but the format, they have like 2 live shows, like the entire show.
Which is why you should be freaking grateful that Idol at least has 8. so stop complaining.
Well, maybe. But yeah, so we'll go through the episode. Any general kind of headlines to go through before we?
I actually have one. I found this out on Twitter. So Television City, which is a big TV studio in LA, it's where American Idol and Dancing with the Stars are filmed, are undergoing major renovations. So as of right now, neither show has a home. So if we're filming from home again this season, that's probably not going to happen.
No, we're going
to like a month. They could pull something off.
Yeah, like I know The Price is Right already has a home. They're going to Glendale, which is not far from there.
Does it mean we'll have a new set this year, though? That'll be fun. Yes.
What happens to the old set? Do they just like totally?
They got it.
That's so sad.
Okay. Not
really. All right.
Not a lot of great things happened on the last set. So,
do you have any headlines, Eric?
Not particularly. Yeah, no, not really. I just want to start getting into these contestants because about halfway, we're not going to get very far before I have a major ass rant. So, let's go.
All right, let me. Who's kicking us off? Who was the first performer?
Sarah Beth.
Sarah Beth. All righty. What do you guys think? Grace, you first.
First of all, I did not think she looked 25. I didn't think she looked 16 either, like the judges did. But I thought she was really awkward. The Amy Winehouse song was okay. Benny and the Jets just turned into a Haley Reinhart impersonation, and I'm not about to get attacked by Haleyans, so I might have said no like Lionel Richie did, but hey, she got the other door, which is always a hilarious thing to get. So that's the only thing I remember about this audition now.
I don't know. This was one of the ones that I thought was just kind of forgettable. There was part of her audition where she was saying like, I don't really like, they were asking if it was her dream or something. And she was just kind of like, eh. And a part of me can totally appreciate that. Like some person just going, yeah, whatever. I'm just here for the fun. But also it just kind of, I kind of did wish a little bit that she was like a little bit more, in it. What did you think, Eric?
I thought it was pretty forgettable. She's got a good voice, but it wasn't stellar, and so not super memorable.
Yeah, I think this is an early Hollywood Week boot, if I'm being honest.
Quite possibly.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Lionel said no, and Katie barely said yes. Like, I don't think if Katie had said no, she wouldn't have survived this round anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see her surviving even the first day of Hollywood.
Okay.
What did you guys think of the next contestant? We have Tanner Charles.
First of all, when he came in with his girlfriend, my first thought was, thank God she's not auditioning too, because we all know how that would have ended up.
Mm-hmm.
She should have. I mean, gets you even more screen time in the later rounds.
No, I thought the song didn't jump out at me. I thought he had a good voice. If it hadn't turned into the Katy Perry show, I probably would have enjoyed it more. But I guess I have to accept the Katy Perry show at this point.
What about you, Eric?
I found that parts of the vocal were noticeably off. Like I noticed that there were parts that were a little off. So yeah.
Yeah, this I think is another early Hollywood Week boot. I think it's the reason the audition got airtime is because of the whole, girlfriend being involved. But otherwise, this was just kind of forgettable.
Okay.
Gotta give these people credit for knowing how to get themselves on TV.
Here we go.
And here we go. I'm just going to throw this over to Eric. Why don't you?
I've got my popcorn already.
Okay. So, we're talking about Adine Boyer.
Aiden.
Was that how you pronounce it? I thought it was Aiden.
Aiden.
I don't remember. Sorry. I need to watch the show more closely, I guess. But, or not, but we'll go through this. So I'm going to talk through this. No worries, Grace. I'm going to talk through this real fast, or as fast as I possibly can. When I looked at MJ's and I saw that he was auditioning, and I saw the description of the story that he's on the autism spectrum, and I was scared shitless, because of how badly Idol did last season with Sam Finelli's audition, and and Lana literally saying you're handicapped, and really it was cringeworthy. So I was relieved at first because I watched the YouTube clip, and the YouTube clip I thought was edited pretty well. And there was a little bit of drama and a little bit of sappy music, but overall it was fine. And then I watched because I saw Grace said we have some stuff to talk about, and talk about his mother. I'm like, what did I miss? What did I edit out? So then I went to YouTube TV and watched what was on my DVR. And then I was so disappointed. This was a roller coaster ride of emotions for me, this audition, because I went in being terrified. Then I saw YouTube and I was amazed that they got it right. And then I watched on DVR and I'm like, why did they have to fuck it up?
Moms ruin everything.
God, this is why we can't have nice things. So
one of the reasons.
Literally, like his mom coming into the room, which the producer clearly sent her in there, and then they had her talking to camera and crying about how hard his life is, and I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, you couldn't help yourselves. You couldn't help but turn this into a sob story. And incidentally, by the way, I'm exactly the same as as Adine, or I forget how to pronounce it.
Aiden.
With sudden loud noises. I am identical. I could literally same way. I could not relate more to that part of the story. And the fact that I thought it was too much when I could relate more than anybody else says everything. Now that's my rant, but about the story stuff. As far as the performance goes, seriously talented piano player, probably the best I've seen on Idol in years. Vocal, not my thing, but piano skills were stellar. So, but I'm just so annoyed because they were so freaking close.
I'll say I was watching his performance, and I can only just talk about the performance itself, but the piano playing was great. The voice was it reminded me so much of someone, and I still now don't know who. I think it was Ben Folds. Like it was that kind of vibe. The voice just sounded super familiar to me. What did you think, Grace?
I agree that the piano playing was fantastic. The voice, like he mentioned that he's got all this classical training. The voice was way too like choir boy. And that's never going to work on this show. And the falsetto at the end was completely unnecessary. Happy he made it through because he is undeniably talented, but I don't see him making it that far.
We will get to how far he makes it in spoiler corner.
Oh, I know the spoilers already.
So do I, but our viewers might not. So we'll save it to the end.
Right.
But yeah, this was a very frustrating segment. But let's move on. Let's move on to the best of the night, shall we? Because I don't
familiar
think
face too.
I don't think.
Yeah, Way McDonald, now Way Anai. What do you guys think?
I can totally see how she got third place on The Voice. I can totally see it. She's got a fantastic voice. Easily in my top 3 of the season. Maybe not my number 1, but definitely in my top 3 so far. And that's all I wrote. I mean, literally, I can totally get it. I totally get it.
I did watch her on that other singing show down the street. For those of you who don't remember, she was on season 11, 2016. She was 16 at the time. She was on Alicia's team, the first season that she was on the show. She was really good then. She's still really good. The whole like her speaking voice being really high and then her voice being really deep would have been great if I hadn't seen it already. And this is kind of a weird thing. Like, I'm happy she made it through, although hilariously, she lost to an Idol reject when she was on The Voice. This
Who
year,
won
she's
that season?
Sundance Head from season 6. So yeah, first she lost to an Idol reject. This year she's going to become one because there's no way she's making it as far as she did on The Voice. Part of that is the demographic. But also this is a weird thing. And it's something that somebody brought up with Carly when Carly Rose Sonnenclair was on X Factor. And then again, when Jackie Ivanka was on AGT Champions. It's the age thing. Like, would people have been as impressed with Carly Rose Sonnenclair if she weren't 13? I don't think they would. When she was on The Voice, she was only 16, so it was impressive then. Now she's 23, so it kind of loses its impact a little bit.
You see, I'm going to disagree. I think Wade has a much better voice than Carly does, taking age out of it. So I think I don't think it matters to me, at least.
Well, she's not making top 3 here.
I'm not.
Probably not.
I'm not as sold as you guys. I think she's definitely got the best voice of the night. I just can't see myself voting for her though. I don't know why. It's like there's some bit of a disconnect going on.
Wait,
I don't.
She play piano?
Were you asking Grace?
Yeah, I was asking Grace if she plays piano.
I don't remember.
Okay, because that would be how Adam would be won over.
This was a better song choice, although her voice audition, she sang "Feeling Good," so it's kind of hard not to be a better song choice than that.
Yeah,
I don't know. It felt like too much a little bit, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
All right.
Wrong opinion.
Let's move on to Mary Beth Bird. If It Hadn't Been for Love by the Steel Drivers. Another voice contestant. How far did Mary Beth go?
I don't remember her.
Not as far as third place, obviously.
But no, when she said she was a radio host from Arkansas, I was immediately saying no for reasons I don't have to explain on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. What I'll say is I thought this was never a great audition. And I basically, this is the point of the episode when I was watching the clips. I was like, damn, this is shaping up to be a great season. She is not necessarily my favorite type of singer, but her talent was undeniable to me. So there are a lot of really good people this year, honestly.
Yeah. When she said her town was country with a capital K, I'm like, Blondie, that's not how you spell country. This is why everybody thinks blondes are dumb. Her voice is good, but this is just one of those songs that doesn't go anywhere. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think we've had that many country girls yet, so she could ride through based off of that because this show cares about casting more than I do. I care more about talent, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I liked her, but she reminds me of another contestant from maybe 2 years ago, Cadence Baker, someone who's kind of really got a strong voice, but I feel is going to get lost in the shuffle in these big cuts that happen later on. I think
Cadence had a
she,
great first audition and then never lived up to it. I remember her. So we'll see what happens here.
yeah, I just feel like this was a solid performance. I think one of the best of the nights, but I don't. I see her getting cut in the shuffle. I don't think she makes it to like 12, or maybe if she makes it to 12, she's one of the first ones to go.
Okay.
I just looked. She made it. She was on season 17, which is why I don't remember her because I didn't watch it. She was on John Legend's team for whatever reason. She got cut at the semifinals.
Okay. Let's move on to Olivia Soley.
Olivia Soley.
Best of the night, in my opinion. Now, she
What?
was leaked. She was leaked, so I knew she was making it through. I really don't like it when these contestants sing songs by the judges. It feels like pandering to me. She sang Hello. Which, anyway, I thought she was fantastic. Now, somebody mentioned that her arrangement was verbatim Demi Lovato's performance of this song at the Grammys, but Demi Lovato is nowhere near as good as this girl is. Not even close.
I mean, well, Demi Lovato, the problem is Demi is not very consistent. Demi at her best is fantastic, and at her worst is a shrieking mess. But if Demi was consistent. But anyway, Olivia, this was easily my second favorite of the night. I liked Way a little better, but it was close. I mean, and the thing is, this song is owned by David Cook to me on the show. And I'm still waiting to hear him hopefully sing that song live one more time eventually before I die. But yeah, genuinely, very, very strong audition. I don't think the reason I think she wasn't my favorite of the night is because I felt like the piano was holding her back a bit. I feel like she wasn't as confident on the piano as she should have been if she wanted to choose to play it, in my opinion. But her voice did make up for it. And mostly I just hate that the judges talked over the whole fucking thing. Because, again, this is the type of performance that I would like to listen to again and again, but I don't want to hear Lionel talking over it every time I listen to it. So, go Adam.
What if she had a pet horse?
Adam,
No.
This is your type of contestant.
Yeah, I not as taken. I think she was good. I don't know, a bit of a disconnect for me. I think she was solid, but I'm being a bit of a Debbie Downer today, I feel, but I don't know. I just wasn't connecting with it as much. It was good, solid, like definitely like a check plus, but other than that, like I feel another contestant that could get lost in the shuffle.
God. I remember when I was the harsh one on this show. That was years ago. That's totally
I don't know. Maybe just I don't know. Let's keep going. We have Preston Duffy doing an original, Something to Write About. Eric, what'd you think?
Sad about his mother. Her voice was not my thing at all.
Yeah, his story about his mom killing herself was super sad. I thought it was good. Are we not looking for a guitar playing white boy this season? Because like I
There are
know,
a
but
lot of them this season.
if I hadn't read the spoilers ahead of time, I would have thought like this is a potential winner.
Wait, so
unless they're trying to break the mold.
Grace, we're saving it.
It's spoiler section.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Okay.
But I do agree. Yeah, not a very sad story, but I kind of not my thing either. I feel like I'm saying that a lot this episode.
Yeah.
Adam, what is your thing at this point?
I don't know.
Okay. Emma Boothie.
I did not like this audition.
The thing is, what did she sing again? I forget.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Oh yeah, I love this song, and she did not quite nail it.
I love this song when Sarah Bareilles sings it.
I hear Adam typing something, and I'm assuming it's.
But um,
I'm sure you can guess what Adam typed. By the fact that his face is red and my face is red. But we'll move on.
it was all I could think about. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I love this song, like Eric said, but it was way too much. Just too much vibrato. Just she needed to rein it in like
Well, I think
10
the judges,
times.
like when she mentioned that she was a theater person, the judges immediately checked out and they were trying to coach the theaterness out of her. Why are they the ones to do that?
I don't know. I will say, if anyone did not see Matt Carl sing the song on X Factor in 2010, go watch that. One of my favorite performances he did.
Well, at least it's that one. Although one I remember is Camille Velasco from season 3, and this actually ended up being the night she got eliminated. And Simon Cowell made a joke about how several people were throwing their TVs out their windows.
Okay. Keelan?
Yeah. Grace, what did you think?
See, I figured when she started this performance, like she barely was singing. I didn't think she was going to make it through, so I'd kind of just checked out. And then when the judges compared her to Meghan Trainor, I was just like, okay, so she might get through this round, but she's not making it through Hollywood because even Meghan Trainor knows she can't sing. So
Meghan Trainor can kind of sing, but she's annoying as F.
she
I don't know why
even
I said that. I mean,
she
I've
knows.
no episode, but
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Me Too is Eric's favorite song of all time.
I thought that was your favorite song, Grace.
It's a guilty pleasure, but
Oh boy.
will you actually legitimately like that song?
well, no, but
Good, making sure. Okay.
Well, what did I think? I thought it was good. It was very
Really? This one was good?
it was good at I feel like most of the performances from this episode were good. They just weren't great, if that makes sense. And this was a very
joke act we had all episode.
I don't know. It was solid. I feel like the whole point of highlighting her was just how big they were, the shtick of it all. But she's got a good voice under all that, the banter with the judges. It was solid.
Okay, whatever.
By the way,
am I gonna? No, wait. Since she's Irish, do you think she's gonna? Do I think I'm kind of thinking I might see her in Eurovision in a few years?
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I
sending joke acts from singing shows to Eurovision.
I really don't like original songs for auditions. I don't know if you guys feel the same way.
I don't.
I really don't like it.
One reason why I don't, and that's Jeremiah Lloyd Harmon. But anyway.
Anyway, who's up next?
Last one, Elijah McCormick.
Yes, he was the guy who got the platinum ticket, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys vote for him? What did you guys participate in?
I totally zoned out of the entire contest when it was happening. So no, I did not. I will say, first of all, glad he's okay. I mean, the story was basically that he was in a major car accident. So I'm glad he's okay. He's got a great voice. I can't see him winning this show. But I think he could make it pretty far.
I didn't write down the song he sang, but apparently
it was Bless the Broken Road.
Oh, that. That song is owned by Carrie
Underwood. Grace.
Okay, that song is owned by Carrie Underwood on this show. And actually, I think that was her finale duet when she was a contestant, but I know she sang with Rascal Flatts, but I don't remember if it was that song or not. Of course, Carrie Underwood is the best singer ever to be on the show, so she owns everything. I didn't think he was a country singer, but he was a good singer, and I'm very happy he's here. But I missed it. What did you put up?
She wrote that Grace was absolutely correct.
Okay. The Willie Spence comparison, I kind of heard it when they said that. Might have also, I don't know. Talk.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Glad he's okay. Got a good voice. Can't see him winning.
He wrote, "I don't disagree."
But Sarah Underwood being unquestionably the best thing on the show. No, she wasn't. She's up there. She's up there, but at best she's tied.
Oh boy.
If you don't think
Well,
she's in the top 2, you're wrong.
Oh, she's in the top 3 easily.
anyway, we're talking about Elijah here. Solid performance, I think. Another good, solid. I think he was probably top 3 for the night for me. What about you guys? I mean, he is our last contestant. So, did you have 3 favorite contestants?
Of the night, I mean, pretty
Yeah.
easily. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the 2 best were Ray and Olivia, in my opinion. And honorable mention in 3rd place, I think, would be Elijah for me.
I'm with Eric on this one.
I think I would go Elijah.
Wow! Oh my God, Grace agrees with me. It's a miracle.
I would go Elijah, Mary Beth, and Olivia. Oh God. Well, I guess that's the coverage of the episodes. Did you guys have any thoughts or final things to mention?
Next week's episode is the post Oscars episode, which is past my bedtime, so we might be delayed.
We will not be. I mean, honestly, it's only an hour-long episode. We might just wrap it into the week after, possibly. We'll see. Because I don't think it. I mean, I think if we can combine it with the next week's episode, it might make more sense. Meanwhile, on Australian Idol, they're doing double eliminations every week, and I'm hoping they keep it that way because then we'll at least have 4 more weeks of live shows, which would be nice. And they have some really good people there too. So that's it.
Grace, final thoughts?
Spoiler corner. We have to do spoiler corner.
I'm good. Let's go to spoiler corner.
Okay. You can find us on our social media platforms here, there, and there. And we'll see you next week if you're not into spoilers. But anyway, spoiler corner.
Wait, I liked when we did the thing where we would say where we are, like where you could find us. Never mind. Go on.
Okay, fine. Spoiler corner. So of the contestants we saw this week, the ones who make the top 26 are Way, of course, Mary Beth, of course, Olivia, of course, and Emma, which was a little bit of a surprise to me, and then Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah was the only guy from this episode who made it through.
Now, Adine made it to the top 55, is what I saw, but
Aiden made it to the Green Mile.
So yeah, the people who were there for their stories were clearly there for their stories. Is what we'll say about that.
That's been a thing for a few years now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's been that for every year, Grace.
I mean,
maybe not the early seasons, but later on, definitely.
I was talking ABC Idol.
Oh yeah.
But one thing I'll say, so I watched Clark Beckham's recaps of the show as well, and they're mostly really good. But this week he was like, this week I kind of had my first vehement disagreement with something he said, which was he was like, I like that they're doing stories on Americano. I'm like, yes, I like it a little bit, I guess, but I feel like after the contestant sings, the judges should not be talking about the stories. The producer shouldn't be bringing up the stories. You can do a 2-minute intro package about the contestant's life before they sing. But after they sing, it should be exclusively about the performance they gave.
Yeah, I'm okay with the story in the auditions because we have to get to know these contestants on a personal level.
Exactly.
And usually it works out because by the time we get to the live shows, more often than not, people forget about the story. Not always. Nobody was ever going to forget Lazaro's story. But I mean, it's fine for the auditions. I just I don't think they should come into play in future rounds.
not in future rounds, and not after a contested performance for the first time either. I feel like the judges talking about the stories after the contestant sings really irks me. Because I'm
This is not a Lifetime movie, sweetheart.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking, did anyone from Clark's season, from like the top 5, did any of them have sob stories?
Jax had one after the show when she had a cancer scare.
While they were on the show, though.
While they were on the show,
I don't think so.
no.
Who is it? Was Nick, Clark, Jax,
Tiana and Rayvon.
Rayvon.
Don't you remember
Who came
hashtag Save
fourth?
Rayvon?
Who came in fourth? Was it
Rayvon came in fourth.
Rayvon.
That was a good season. That was like
It was
a really good season.
It was a strong season, I would say. I mean, two of my favorites were that season were Jax and Nick. So
would have loved Jax to win, but you know, the top 3 I think was perfect.
I'm still Team Nick for the winner, but Jax would have been a great runner-up.
Honestly, it was one of the strongest top 5s, like, period, I think.
Mm.
Oh, that's fair. I mean,
Well,
we love getting nostalgic about that season because that was the season when Adam and I first started talking. So
yeah, we were for ABC, our first draft memories.
what?
When we
He's
were doing
talking about
the reality hour.
No, we started talking before then.
Oh yeah, we were talking
It was next season was when we started
Gina.
talking.
No, it was probably Gina and Caleb.
Sort of, but mostly it was Nick next season because that was the season of AGT we both talked about. So anyway, on that nostalgic note, we will see you all either next week or the week after, depending on scheduling and depending on how many people there are in next week's episode to talk about.
All right. Well, any final thoughts, guys?
Make sure you go out the right door. The other
All right,
door
guys.
was the highlight of 6.
Thanks for joining us, Eric and Grace. Always good to talk to you. And yeah, we'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.